What's up, everyone? It's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO.
And I'm Eknight117. You're listening to episode 79 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast.
Yeah, it's episode 79. Episode 79. We're recording this episode 227, which is Tuesday, which is the Tuesday I said this episode was going to come out on. So it's not. It's going to come out Wednesday. So when you're hearing this, it'll, be Wednesday or hopefully the day after. Whenever you listen to the podcast, you'll be getting this. We got a dope show for you today, as always, man. If you're new to the show, just know you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. Links are in the description. Check out our personal links as well. Remember to rate the show 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. And make sure you hit that like button on the YouTube version. Y'all not watching the YouTube version too much anymore. Which had me like, yo, what the fuck? But I noticed y'all watching on Spotify and all that stuff. So, or listening on Spotify. So I was just like, okay, y'all still tapping in. Y'all still tapping in. But if you are watching on YouTube, just know, hit that like button, man. Show us that we doing our thing, man. You know what I mean? And as always, man, like I said, make sure you hit those personal links, man. Eknight going crazy with the content. I'm going crazy with the content. I got a lot of shit coming out. He's got a lot of shit coming out. We do more than just this podcast, man. Check us both out on Twitch, all that good stuff. We getting busy, as always. But boom, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the podcast. It's been like 2-3 weeks. It's been a while since we talked. We did our little game of the year list, which y'all liked, and a lot of people came and told me, they respected it, which is good. I appreciate that. I tried to be as real as possible with y'all, as I could. But yo, we got a new game to talk about today that everybody's talking about. We're gonna start the conversation with that, man, because everybody's talking about this game. It's been memed to hell. Everybody's loving it. Xbox fanboys are pissed off they can't play it. We need
them. We need them in the fight.
Low key, but
we need the reinforcements.
We're talking about Helldivers 2, man. And if you haven't seen, I've been streaming it. I haven't streamed a lot of it, but when it came out day one, I streamed like 13 hours. Now, a little less than that, maybe like 9 hours of it. And then I've been streaming it every once in a while when I can on Fridays and stuff like that. So I got a good amount of time in it.
How many hours do you have?
Like 25.
Yeah, pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. They got 40.
Well, my bad, man.
40 hours of liberating and fighting for democracy.
I'm back to playing Cyberpunk, so that's taking a little priority.
It's no time for Cyberpunk.
And on Friday Night Fights, I be saying I want to play Helldivers, but I'm actually back on Apex, so we run Apex again. So I've been doing that. Yeah, but we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about Helldivers. Helldivers, how you feel about it, Eknight? You got 40 hours in it. You must like it. How do you feel about it, man?
10 out of 10. I lost my squad at Malvern Creek. It was heavy gunfire. Bots were everywhere. We're surrounded. And Jimmy sacrificed himself so we could get onto the ship. God damn it, Jimmy. Okay, it's fun as fuck, though.
It is.
It's just nonstop chaos. There's a lot of fine little details that a lot of people probably missed. And there's a lot of little sci-fi and gaming references in it. I actually, apparently, when they did that stream drop shit, it was a limited amount of codes, and I got lucked out. I got the Master Chief reskin armor for the Helldivers.
So you got that shit.
Yeah, the John that I'm rocking is like just like it's more of like a nod. It's literally just a green version of what you can unlock in the battle pass thing. Or what is it called? The War Bond. And yeah, apparently I gave out a limited amount of codes and I lucked out and I was able to snag it. So that shit is cool. I'm just running around as Master Chief, get my ass blasted across the map. Game's super fucking fun though. Like physics wise, it's great. The enemy types are fun to fight no matter what you're doing. the whole community has just kind of like taken the theme of managed democracy and gone crazy with it. We have the first trader was like a whole thing the community basically cooked up on their own. They actually did an interview with that dude, apparently. Like, he answered a couple of questions and stuff. So you got like people that are part of the anti-trader squad force that are like enforcing against like people that kill their teammates at the end of the game. And then also people that are rebelling and now killing people at the end of the game. So it's kind of cool how this kind of like evolved from like just a fun stupid game to like a whole actual like kind of like what you would think MMORPGs are like.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, this is like the one game that's apparently like slowly ending the console wars.
Facts.
Because fucking PlayStation boys are like, we need reinforcements. PC bros are like trying to get into the servers, and fucking Xbox people are like standing by the sidelines wanting to play. So hopefully it does come to Xbox, and then we can get you guys into the fight and spread managed democracy together.
Big facts, man. Big facts, big facts. All right. So I talked about it on stream, but you know me. Y'all know me. If you've been listening to the podcast for a long time, I always got to play devil's advocate. I got to be that person, dog, because I just got to be that person, man. It's fun to think that way. I like to think objectively sometimes instead of just going off of my own feelings and bias. Because if I was going off my own feelings and bias, I would actually agree with Eknight. I would say this is a 10 out of 10 game. This game is really good. It's really fun. I had a fucking blast my birthday weekend playing this game. We had so much fun that initial night just playing the shit out of this game. And then I kind of got burnt out because I played a lot of it in one sitting. So I gave it like a week off, and then the server shit happened, and I couldn't play with my boys. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to wait another couple days. And then I got on one day, and then we were just grinding out like suicide mission and impossible difficulty because I'm trying to get my level up, man. I'm trying to get that shield backpack, man. You know what I mean? 'Cause that shit come in clutch.
It does come in clutch from time to time.
But I'm having a lot of fun with the game, though. I do like the quote unquote persistent world thing that they're doing, where it's just like you might drop on a planet, or you'll be flying above the planet in your starship, and you'll see all these other starships that's supposed to be other players. It really makes you feel like you're just a really small part of this big effort, and I like that. Like, even if you're like on the map, like right, you're moving around the map, and you look up in the sky, you can see like hell pods coming down in the distance and fire and shit. Like it really builds that, you know, that online, but you're not really online. I mean, type of vibe really well that I really like, man.
If you go to a map that's a defense mission and it's under attack, if you actually just wait a few seconds, there's at least on the automaton front, there's lasers that come up from the planet and blow up ships while you're chilling in your ship. And
that's crazy.
A couple lasers come a little close to your ship, so I'm kind of like curious: is it gonna blow up my ship? Can it blow up my ship? That'd be dope.
Man, they got a good thing here, man.
There's a lot of potential they can.
A lot of potential. Yeah. They've already teased the mechs.
No, dude, I cannot fucking wait. Vehicles.
I mean, the Metal Gear. Yeah, it's about to.
Oh, that's the best part about this game. You can play it like Metal Gear Solid. You can actually fucking stealth mission if you want.
Yeah, what we do that shit all the time.
This shit is great.
Fighting, I'm like, look, you see that patrol? We ain't engaging that.
No, but me and BK did that the other night. We were like fucking like, oh yeah, me, BK, and then Halo Twitch streamer Icy Pits, shout out to him. We were all streaming Helldivers the one night, and fucking we were like, I think we were down a couple reinforcements, and it was like one mission left. We're on suicide, or not suicide. Yeah, is this suicide mission? No, it's a Helldive. Helldive is the hardest difficulty. We were playing that, and he was like basically brand new. We just drug them along into the fight, and we ran this one mission completely stealth towards the end of it, just so we could survive the extract. Which I don't think we survived the extract. I think we all died.
I love the how tense shit can get. Like, I really like it,
dude. Yeah, the firefights are fun. It gets like unhinged, especially during escort extraction missions when you're trying to extract civilians in the one defense mission. Like, the bots just will spawn in nonstop, and it's insane.
Yeah, the automatons, dog. I keep it real with you. I'll be serious with you. I hate fighting them motherfuckers. I hate fighting them motherfuckers. I think once we get mechs, it'll be a little better, but they are a pain in my fucking ass.
Yeah, the tanks, dude, they're disrespectful as fuck.
Yeah, man, they're a pain in my ass. The bugs are no better. Like, the acid bugs, like, they get on my fucking nerves.
The bugs are fun to fight because they're not like super unpredictable. Like, the bots are like because they can shoot, they're a lot harder to deal with, and they have tanks.
Headshot you with fucking rockets.
I got taken out last night with a rocket headshot. That shit was so disrespectful.
That shit happens to me all the fucking time.
But the bugs, the only thing the bugs are really just like, they're easier to fight the bots because they don't actually shoot a lot, except for maybe occasional acid. The only bugs that you gotta watch out for are like the Bile Titans, and then the fucking the assassin bugs that are invisible. You can't really see them coming. I'm so glad they kept those in from the first game, because those guys were fucking annoying shit to fight, but it was also cool.
Yeah, I think the game is really good. But I did tell y'all, I mean, if I was going off my own sentiments, I give it a 10 out of 10, man. But, you know, like I said, I gotta play devil's advocate, man. I gotta play devil's advocate.
He's an alien sympathizer. Seize him.
I gotta spin the narrative a little bit, because I think, one, it's fun to think this way, and two, I really okay. My final score for this game is a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I don't think I personally could give it a 10 out of 10 unless I'm being super biased. I have to be super biased, right? Because the way I thought about it, right? One day I was just thinking, and it's crazy because I was just listening to a podcast. I ain't gonna tell you what podcast it was, but I was listening to a podcast and they said almost like the same thing I said. And I was like, damn, I'm like glad like other people think the same way I think, because it's just like, I get it when people like enjoy something, that it's just like you want to see its success. You want to praise it, man. And I want to praise it too, because this is a small studio doing something this huge.
This is their first third-person game. They've only done isometrics before. Yeah. This is like, no, it's like their third. So they did Helldivers 1, which is isometric top-down shooter.
Gauntlet. They did Gauntlet too.
No,
didn't
they did Magica, which is like a similar game to Helldivers, but set in the like Fantasyland.
Yeah.
And they did something else, but like this is like their first full 3D game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, as like a normal, semi-normal third-person shooter, and they did it really good. They did it so fucking good.
I think it's going to be in the conversation for Game of the Year. I really do.
If it does not get nominated at the very least of Game of the Year, I will fucking burn that award show down, because like this is like, all right, you understand like the quality that they put into it. Like, you can do third person, and when you ADS down sites, you go into first person. But unlike other third person games where you ADS down the sites, you actually have unique reload animations in first person.
Yeah,
and shit, like there's a lot of little shit involved.
And the weapon heaviness, I like that shit too,
dude. Like, and the fact they have a barrel icon where your gun's actually shooting, so you can actually play with that. That's dope. I love that.
But like I said, man, I got to play devil's advocate, dog.
Oh, that's.
I'm gonna just see how you feel about this, because I've already talked to my stream about it, and they were like, fair point. I feel like this game is getting a lot of praise because of the studio that made it, and rightfully so, and stuff like that. Listen, not taking away from it. But the thing I'm thinking in the back of my head is like, if Activision made this game, or Ubisoft made this game, or EA made this game, or
Mm-hmm.
Respawn, whatever made this game, and it was the same price. Let's not talk all the bullshit that these companies do. It's the same price. It came out the same way, and it suffered the same issues. I think everybody would be shitting on it, dog.
No.
I don't think it would be. Listen, dog, I'm trying to tell you, this game is only is hyped up for two reasons. The community, which is starting to piss me the fuck off.
Why? What? Are you serious?
Yeah, a little bit, dog. A little bit.
You little toxic positivity.
I'll tell you in a minute. It's that, and it's like, again, like, this game does have issues. Like, we can't deny that this game has issues, dog. The clambering is ass. All right. Sometimes you get clipped in the environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the movement is fucking just another thing that I will excuse because it's supposed to play that way. But the movement is fucking ass, dog. It is.
You just mad you can't slide kicks.
It's terrible. I just want to, dog. This is one of those games where I want to sound like you. I just want to be able to jump, man. I just want to be able to jump.
There is a jump button. It's just not the type of jump that you want.
Oh, and there's no icon for when you can clamber over something, so you don't know if you can climb the shit. You just got to sprint into it and hold X and swear, hope to fucking God you can climb this shit.
Hold up, bro. When you clamber over something, you need to at least be like shoulder height. That's about it. That's literally it. I literally scaling mountains.
That's false. That's
scaling mountains, and you're sitting here like, I don't know how to go up.
We've tested it. It's false, dog. I'm trying to tell you, the movement needs improvement, dog. The movement needs improvement. And I won't shit on them for the server thing. I've seen a lot of people try to say, the server. It's a small company. So, like, I'm going to give them.
They weren't expecting the game to blow up at all. That's a victim of its own success. That is something out of their control, and they fixed it. They fixed it since. Like, the response time was actually really fast, considering, because they added an AFK timer to boot out the people that were trying to save their spots.
Yeah.
Which ended up making a crazy glitch instead, but it is what it is. And then they increased it from, what was it, 350,000 or no, 250,000 servers was originally,
like 400
to 800,000 within the span of a week. Yeah, they put in some fucking work, dog. Like, normally after games launch, they take a week off and celebrate. These guys were working nonstop to get the servers up to, like,
that's good shit, man,
full capacity, and we're now 800,000 concurrent users.
I gotta play devil's advocate. I gotta be that guy to say, like, yo, like,
you gotta be the guy that nitpicks about the shit that he don't like.
No, I gotta be that person to be objective and just be upfront with y'all. If Activision made this game and it was $40 and it suffered from all these issues, server issues, all this shit, it wouldn't be the same way, dog. I'm trying to tell you. If people would be shitting on this game all day, I've waited 10 minutes to get into the server. This is so crazy. Like, but because the game is fun, the memes are funny, because that's really what it is.
Well, hold up, back it up.
Memes, dog.
If the game is fun, no, the memes are hilarious, but that doesn't influence the fucking game for me. Like, what you said, the game is what?
Game is fun.
There you go. The game is fun. Man. No. Because Call of Duty 3 came out half-baked.
It's fun.
It's not fun. A lot of people didn't like it. No, a lot of people didn't like it. They didn't even like the fucking core maps that they were all remakes, but not refreshed.
Man, this shit's fun, man. This shit's fun.
My point being, even if Activision published this game, if fucking EA published this game, all right, is Titanfall 2 fun?
Listen, let me tell you something.
Titanfall 2 is fun, right?
Hold on, listen.
No. Answer.
Titanfall 2 is one of the best first-person shooters of all time.
Yeah, and guess what who published that? That was EA and Respawn. The thing is that it's not about who's publishing it. Like, I can understand that type of, like, argument, but, like, it's not. Like, if this game came out and the gameplay was shit.
But you understand the argument, right?
I understand the argument. Right, you're saying that depending on who released the game, there's a heavy bias. Like, you're saying if EA released this game like they did Star Wars Battlefront, gamers would shit on it regardless. My thing is that I feel like a majority of gamers, actual gamers, not the people that go to the fucking Reddit threads and bitch and complain about the game nonstop and don't actually play it.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts.
I feel like the vast majority of gamers, both casual and hardcore, would see this game, play it, all right, and go, all right, it's a good game, regardless if EA did it or not. I mean, like, if your argumentation would basically mean like Jedi Survivors, right? That game got shit on, but you love the game after it got fixed, right?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun because
This is what I'm trying to say.
If that game was fixed on release, no one would be shitting on Survivors. They'd be praising the fuck out of it. That's what I'm saying.
This is what I'm saying. This is all I'm saying, man. I feel like, Pete, sometimes, and we're all victims of it. This is the same thing I said on stream. I'll say the same thing. Just like this nostalgia shit that's been going on for years in gaming. We're the reason behind it. We're the reason behind a lot of these things because we let our bias get in the way. I mean, a lot of these things like bias get in the way, dog. You know what I mean? I think. And listen, like I said, I started it off the right way.
I'm challenging your points because it's like, to me,
I'm not a hater because I really like this game.
I'm not saying you're a hater.
One of those things
I'm saying you're a fucking traitor.
I am, and I'll be there.
Sympathizer.
Because I can't stand them motherfuckers neither, man. Like it was funny at first, but then the elitist dickheads had to come into this shit.
What elitist dickheads? Are you talking about the dudes with the meta builds or what? Like there's
bullshit.
That's
bother me. I play with a dedicated
every fucking game ever. Fucking meta builds, fucking dudes that just farm XP bots and causing us to lose the fight.
Put the bias down real quick. Just put it down for 1 second.
No, it's not. It's not a bias. I'm agreeing with you.
I know you like the game, dog. I know you like the game, but let's just think and really, really acknowledge that these people, some of these fucking lunatic weirdo motherfuckers, because they everywhere now, are fucking weird, man. They be turning me off, dog.
Weird. What? Because they're enjoying the game?
Listen, I think it's a me problem. I did the same thing with Power World, dog.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Power World was amazing till everybody got the dick riding. Once everybody got the dick riding,
you just like games that are good and not popular. That's what you're telling me.
I just hate when people like do the most, man. I hate that shit. Like,
no,
dog, just play the game.
They're leaning into the propaganda. That's the whole point of the game. The game is ironic propaganda.
Man, but it's just like, dog, cut the weird shit out, man. Like nobody's got time for this.
What's the weird shit? The role playing or what?
The fucking weird that shit's fire because I played with a guy like that.
Everyone's super like the whole point. Like, even with that dude, that Gantz dude that like betrayed people, like the whole community was like, nah, don't do that shit. And then like a faction of it splintered off, and now they're like rebelling and shit. But like, there's some people that are leaning into the role play because they like Starship Troopers, they like Halo, they like all types of sci-fi shit like this. Like I like this shit. Like if we had a Halo ODST game of just like this, I'd be fucking ecstatic. But we don't. Thanks,
the crazy
Xbox.
Thing is, we almost did.
We almost did, but fucking 343 and Xbox were like, no, that won't be popular. It's PvE. What are you talking about? It's fucking dumbasses, man. But that's my point. It's straight up just a fun game. People are getting into it because it's a fun game, and they spend a lot of time into it.
Man, I'm just being that
but you haven't given me the example of what an extreme weirdo is. Like what do you mean? Like what? Give me an example so I can help understand. These motherfuckers that just
don't let these people like this. This is why I don't like Dark Souls. Right? It's the same thing as why I don't like Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
You don't let people play the way they want to play, and when people do play the way they want to play, you want to get up on your high horse and be like, well, I did this and I'm doing that. Like you see in these comments, like these people who are just like on some pick me type time in the comments. Like I just bought the game yesterday and I'm soloing the creek. I'm soloing the creek. Look at me. I'm soloing the creek.
You talking about
bro, like, come on, you don't have to be that way, man.
Those are clout chasers.
Listen, then it's just like my boy was streaming the game, right? And granted, he just got the game, and he's ass at the game. He's ass at games.
That's fine.
He's ass at games. He's not the best at games.
That's fine.
So he was playing it like like level 3 difficulty, level 2 difficulty, and he actually got like a bunch of traction because it was like 2 a.m. There wasn't a lot of people streaming Helldivers, so he got a lot of traction from it. And there's a lot of people just like straight up bullying him, like, "Oh, I got on the game and went straight to the hardest difficulty. I had my friends take me into impossible, and I just started the game. I just did this, and I went right to the hardest." It's just like, man,
you just haven't. I mean, those people would bitch and do that shit on any game they ever play. Like,
it's just like it's the same thing with like people who hate like there's like a thing in like Dark Souls games. They hate like like especially Elden Ring. They hate magic builds because they feel like magic builds are just easy as fuck. Like they just cheating and shit.
That's the thing though. Those people don't know how to deal with magic builds in PvP. And then on top of that, who the fuck cares? Because it's a single player game at its core.
This is facts. But like I said, when them type of people start to get in the community, man, it just makes me mad, dog. It's a me problem. It's a me thing.
I understand.
It was the same thing with Power. When everybody was just like, "Oh, dude, Power."
It's the same thing with
I'm out of here.
Every fucking game, though. Like,
it's really not.
No, it is. You got fucking
really
people
not.
in Call of Duty. You got people in Halo. They're like,
I remember. Nigga, we hate the game that we play all the time.
Yeah, but I'm not released about the fucking Halo Infinite. Like, I'm like, yo, just play the game, have fun. Like, that's it. Like, people be fucking up in ranked and on my team, or I'd be fucking up in ranked, but I don't get on the mic. I don't get on the mic and start fucking shitting on people. I also don't do it. Dude, I literally released a short where I'm just slamming people with my Banshee, and some guy's like, "Man, you got to ruin the game for everybody." And I'm like, bro, I'm playing BTB. I'm gonna run motherfuckers over with my Banshee. Like, I don't care. The thing is that people I don't
weird, man.
Those people always exist in every community to some degree. There's no shortage of people. There's going to be someone.
You wouldn't say there's a lot of them in this game. You wouldn't say there's a lot of them in this game.
I haven't actually encountered a lot. In any of my streams, I haven't encountered a lot. A lot of it's been. I released a weird fucking promo for a stream, like a photo. I've got nothing but likes, and like people are like, "Oh, never surrender, never give up," like type shit. Like there's not. I personally haven't encountered that, and I'm not like capping like that shit. If there was, I would tell you, but like so far, I haven't.
I haven't either, but I've seen the shit, and just seeing the shit.
Yeah,
that it's like I'm like that in real life, man. I'm just like that in real life, man. Like a motherfucker get the hyping like a spot up or some shit like that. It's just like, all right, I'm out of here, man. Like this is my little low key spot. And now you done blew it, man.
Here's the thing with Helldivers is that it's a fun game made by a very small studio. Even if it was made by a big studio, I'd still be singing its praises because it was a fun game that came out.
You're an objective thinker, man. The internet is not an objective thinker.
I understand that.
And that's why
I'm speaking I'm like, I understand your perspective, but at the same time, it's to me, it's a little bit like, it may be just from your point of view, but if it's a little bit like you don't like the dick riding for people that play the game because it's popular. I was on Helldivers like day one. In fact, I think it was me and Foxy were like hyped for this game to come out. Because I remember talking to him about it. Yeah, but no, I'm saying like I played the first one. I was like, this is going to be lit. It's either going to be great or it's going to be terrible. But I'm hoping it's great. It came out. It was great. I want them to do a lot of shit that I was hoping that they're going to do in the game's future. But for the thing is that you have a game that's $40. It's 4-player co-op. It's technically an extraction shooter. There's a lot of dynamic gameplay in the game.
Mm-hmm.
There are bugs. The movement is weird because it's set in a universe that's like Warhammer 40K. So they want you to feel like you're weighted down, feel like you have to like every movement could be your last. Like that dolphin dive. Like literally last night BK did a dolphin dive trying to get into the extract and he got fucking stomped on by one of the automaton chicken walkers. Like it's one of those games that feels gritty and fun at the same time. It's grim, it's dark, but it's also ironically funny. Ragdoll physics crack me up every fucking time I get launched. Fuck. I get juggled sometimes.
Listen, man. just so we don't spend too much time on this topic, I just want to say, like I said, I like the game. I would.
You're giving it a 9 out of 10, though.
If I was giving it if I had to take,
you're giving it a 9 out of 10.
If I had to be biased, like I said,
because some motherfucker on Reddit.
No, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because I gotta be an objective thinker, man.
No, what is that? What is it? No, I'm objective as well. Like, is my personal bias I have towards this game went up when they released the whole nod to Master Chief armor, but at the same time, if this game was unplayable, like if the servers were constantly shut down, I'd be like, all right, no. It's a 9 out of 10 because I can't play the game.
For some people,
the thing is that the response time they fix it. Think about it like this: the response times that it took them to fix the servers would take fucking EA, Activision, Blizzard, 343 3 weeks to a month to fix. They did that shit in a week.
You might be right. You might be wrong, man. I don't know.
They did that shit in a week. They put an AFK timer literally like 2 days after the issue started, which significantly reduced the issue.
It wasn't 2 days.
It was like during the weekend.
It was fucking Sunday. It was just having this Sunday. The issue's been going on for like 2 weeks, man. The game been out for almost 20 days.
And they've been steadily increasing the servers, and every time the player fucking caps the servers out, and they're like, "Fuck, we got to do it again."
It's true.
And once they added the AFK timer, it reduced the wait time.
Balls or nothing. I'm not trying to break balls.
I'm saying
I'm just being an objective person because at the end of the day, I gotta sit here and be like, damn, there are things about this game that I don't like. And I'm not even talking about the Reddit shit. I'm just talking about the in-game shit. Like usually I'm used to like, all right, I'll excuse this. The movement gets on my fucking nerves. It's a 9 out of 10, dog.
I mean, that's your point of view. That's your subjective thought. I enjoy the movement.
But if I was being completely biased, if I was just like, man, fuck that. The game is just fun and I'm having a great time with it. It's probably like a 11 out of 10, dog. I love this game. I'm having a great time with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like I said,
join Helldivers.
The problems with it
are inconsequential to the actual gameplay. Like that's like the bugs I'm willing to deal with because they are either usually hilarious that happens or it's just like, oh man, all right, let's queue it up. You know what I mean? Like it can be frustrating.
Bugs.
Huh?
Skyrim has funny bugs.
So does this game reminds me of the Skyrim bugs because like I landed into a fucking the extract ship and that shit literally flipped the fuck out and like bugged out and had to like
do some that happened to me before. Yeah, that shit like the shit like flipped upside down and shit.
Yeah, I got clipped underneath the map and I was just like safe for like 5 minutes and there's nothing but nonstop gunfire going above me and then it re-clipped me into the map and I was like, fuck, and I died.
I wasn't safe. I had to drop that fucking.
There are plenty of situations where I get stuck on shit because I dolphin dived into it, but I just like dying is part of the game. Dying in stupid ways is
facts.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't even get mad at that. Like I've seen people get mad like, oh, the game's too hard. Like that's like literally
then lower the difficulty. You know, my favorite part of this game is that if you go into the very trivial difficulty, your whole mission is to raise a flag. And it does it for 3 minutes, for about like a minute and a half. It's like raising this flag, playing patriotic music, and it's fucking great.
I ain't play on that difficulty.
You gotta do it at least once. It's hilarious. But like that's what I'm saying. Like there's obviously the developers give a lot of shit about this game and they've put a lot of time and effort and care into it. And hopefully they'll continue that effort and care into the life cycle of the game.
I think they will.
Dude, the fact that this is the first game in a while that you can earn microtransaction money in the actual game.
I don't talk about that. You're gonna make people mad. I see people.
Why are they mad? Why are they mad?
I've seen people try to, oh man, this game has microtransactions. Like, bro,
well, it does.
Microtransactions are like fucking $3.
But first of all, the max amount you can buy is $20. Third of all, the only thing you can't buy but using in-game currency, which you can earn for the same thing that you use real money for.
Bonds.
No, well, I mean, that's fine. Like the way they set that up, that makes sense. That makes you keep playing the game.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I don't even mind that because pretty much anything you unlock is like inconsequential to the actual hordes of enemies you're fighting because it's like you have to use it. You have to have skill to use it. Like, you know what I mean? But there you get free game currency. Like the shit that you would buy in the eShop for $20, you can find in the world. And the only thing you would have to buy through Steam is the Super Citizen Pack, which I highly recommend because that'll just upgrade the game from a $40 to a $60 product, because I think that's like $20 in the Steam store or PlayStation store or whatever. But I only bought it because, one, there's a couple cool shit like napalm grenades in there, but at the same time, I want to support the developers because they made a fucking dope ass game.
Yeah, the game is great, man. Game is great.
10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, probably game of the year. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I give a game of the year, man.
I give a game of the year, even if it doesn't have PvP. It's
too much heat, and I don't even think Final Fantasy is going to be a fucking 10 out of 10.
Final Fantasy might be. I don't know. They revamped Tifa.
No,
fan service goes a long way.
They've been giving it like 8.5s and 9s, but I'm saying for me personally, I think I gave the first game like a 10 out of 10. The first part 1 of the remake, I gave a 10 out of 10. I think this one is going to be a little bit slower.
Real quick, though, going back to Helldivers, last thing, do you think they should have PvP?
No, hell no.
All right, I'm on the fence with it because, one, I don't want them to add PvP, so it makes the community not as toxic.
It would be cool, but like it's not.
I would see it as kind of like a weird battle royale type thing.
I just don't. Nah, the game is perfect the way it is, man.
Yeah.
Well, not perfect because there's problems with it, but I mean, we'll glaze over those because we're having fun.
Yeah, give it a nice glaze.
We're having a great time.
Nice little glaze, yeah.
I took a shit this morning and I was playing some fucking game and I had a fun time. So is that a 10 out of 10? I don't know, but I'm just saying, man. We gotta be objective, man. We gotta be objective. People sometimes put the bias away. And I know there's that one person being like, but you said Resident Evil 4 was game of the year. I'm a horror fan. I love horror games. I think it's a very niche genre that doesn't get a lot of love. And I feel like Resident Evil 4 just did very good, man. Did very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I mean, it did get nominated, did it not?
It did. It did.
No, there you go.
Didn't have a hell of a chance of winning, but I mean,
fucking no. Well, the original got game of the year, did it not?
Oh yeah, the original, yeah.
Yeah, so then there you go. I mean, that's
because that game was ahead of its time. I mean, Capcom was on one with that one.
Yeah,
ahead of their time. And then every game is like we gotta have the behind the back camera with the shooting and shit.
You gotta stand still while you shoot because that's the only way you can shoot in games.
And Resident Evil 4 remake is so good, man. So good. But
I want to play it.
It's so good. It's so good, man. It's a great game.
Great game.
I think, like I said, we'll be talking about this game all year, man. I don't think it's going anywhere.
I think it's going to win a lot of awards. Like
I think so too.
If it doesn't win live service of the year, like if they release update after update, you know what I mean?
I think it's got that in the bag. I can't think of anything else that's coming out this year that'll steal that. Maybe Final Fantasy because the Final Fantasy 14 expansion comes out this year, and they always go crazy with those.
We'll see. I mean, as far as I heard, the last expansion wasn't that great.
What are you talking about? That shit won like mad awards. People love that shit. Yeah,
there was like one Final Fantasy expansion they were bitching.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, that I thought it was that one or was it the Stormfist one? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Heaven's Ward or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
People loved Endwalker. That was bang. That was literally bang for your buck. That was like 100 hours plus in that expansion that I'll never play because that game is just too complicated. I mean, I love it. It's too complicated. I do not have time.
All right. So Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Let's talk about I gotta do another review real quick, man. It's time for me to give y'all my review real quick of Suicide Squad. Y'all know I played that game.
I was hoping you'd forget this one.
No. We're just real quick, man. Just gotta say it for the content, man. Because I know there's that one or two people that just like, hey, you bought the game. You haven't really been talking about it. How do you feel about it? I've been playing a lot of it. off stream when I get a chance, when I'm teetering between that and Cyberpunk, because I'm trying to finish this Fallen Liberty shit, and I'm at the end, and it's getting really fucking good. Like literally, Cyberpunk might be in my top 5 games of all time, dog. But that's a conversation for another podcast.
I'm not
dog.
saying shit. I'm not saying shit. Go. Speak your piece.
I'm trying to tell
Speak
you
your
that
fucking
shit.
piece.
That
Speak your
DLC
fucking
is
piece.
good, dog.
Speak
that
your
joint
fucking
is
piece.
good.
Shut the fuck up and go speak your piece on Suicide Squad.
The game gets a lot of hate, and I get it. And I feel like that hate needs to be directed towards a game called Skull and Bones. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, when I look at this game, I think from the beginning, from its conception, this game was kind of doomed. This game is kind of doomed.
Yeah.
I think it was set when it first got leaked and people saw the battle pass screen and they seen the loot shit. Everybody's like, nah, we don't want that. And they still stuck to their guns and released the shit. And people voted with their wallet or voted with their time and said, you know, they either bought the game and dropped it or they didn't buy the game at all. And salute to y'all, because at the end of the day, I think what this game needs is just, it needs some more time, dog. I think what'll really define it for me is when this first season is supposed to come out and seeing what they do with that. But if that first season doesn't do good and people aren't liking it, and I'm talking about the people who bought it and the people who like it, not the people who bought it to shit on it or bought it to hate it or didn't buy it anyway.
Not to cut you off, but this thought just kind of popped in my head. It is funny that that you're talking about a 4-player PvE looter shooter live service game that's based in the DC universe, made by the Legends, but I guess their legend kind of died out now. Rocksteady.
I think they're all gone, man.
Yeah, which sucks because they're going the way of BioWare.
Damn, don't say that. That shit had me sad for a minute.
I'm sorry, it's the truth. They're going the way of BioWare. This is their anthem.
This is definitely their anthem, dog.
It's sad to me that the AAA studio that should be able to make a game successful like this, which they could have done with melee combat instead of just using guns.
Yeah, man, that's what I don't. No, that's literally what I was
almost
about to
done
say,
my point.
Man.
Almost done my point.
Go ahead, my fault.
And I'm not. No, I am glazing. I don't give a fuck. It's funny as fuck that the Helldivers game came out and is basically the same type of game, but without all the looter shooter bullshit, and it's fucking great.
That's facts.
For democracy.
That's big facts. I think people put that game down immediately after Helldivers did. I know I did.
Because
once Helldivers came out, I was
it's
like,
a better version of what they were trying to do. And honestly,
I think objectively they're two different games, though.
Objectively, they are, but it's like the concept is the same. You have four-player co-op shooter game with PvE, strictly PvE.
Yeah.
And that's probably what it's lacking. A lot of AAA games lack dynamic gameplay elements, which is why fucking Skull and Bones is trash. And
That's why I think the Rise of Ronin game is going to be really good. That's why I really think.
That's why Helldivers is good, because there's a lot of dynamic gameplay elements to it. You influencing the environment around you, like friendly fire, ragdoll physics, shit like that. But you don't necessarily need those elements in every single fucking game for it to be good. But you do need some sort of dynamic gameplay to make me want to keep playing. This is why I'm a veteran of Halo for so many goddamn years, because the dynamic gameplay of Halo and their physics is like hilarious and great. So I will forever will play Halo 3 multiplayer.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. Not to cut you off.
Go. I interrupted first. That's
no, you're cool. This is the thing, though. I think this was just the wrong type of genre for them to try to do with the Suicide Squad, right? I said this on stream. I say it here for the podcast people. Mm-hmm. They should have went the same direction the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Remember that game?
Yes. I haven't played it yet, but I have.
They should have did that with Suicide Squad. It would have been.
I want to play it. And
would have been a hit.
You're right.
I don't know why.
You're right. Even with the shitty story.
Yeah, facts.
Even with the shitty story, it still have its own audience. But that's another reason why Suicide Squad did poor, because one, the fact that the game came out and the ending of the game was immediately revealed upon glitch. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it yet.
I see it.
But basically a lot of people got in day one. They launched the game and immediately went from the tutorial to the end of the game because of a glitch, and they saw the ending of the game, which pissed off a lot of people. And yeah, no, I also agree. Like, I understand what they're probably trying to do. And we could probably talk about it next time on the podcast or in private, whatever. But this isn't it. This isn't it, dog. This is a game that should have came out as a single player game, where you play either as like one of the 4 characters, and then they all have 4 separate storylines that intersect with each other. That would have been a lot more interesting aspect. But instead, they want to make long-term money financially from this game. They wanted to do looter shooter with guns and stuff that aren't really that different from each other. Each character has their own unique like powers and shit, but at the same time, it's like you're not playing superheroes, you're playing super villains. And I think the interesting one to me, at least, is for like either Boomerang or King Shark. The other 2 are just kind of generic looking. Like Deadshot just shoots guns. That's what he does by default. And fucking Harley Quinn is just hitting people with bats and shooting guns. And I don't know. So, me personally, I don't like superhero games that much, only because it kind of like, it's like with sports games. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll play it, but it's like, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to enjoy it. So some superhero games are better than others. Arkham Batman was good. Spider-Man was pretty good. But the other ones, like, were just meh. Just meh. I want to say that it's like this looter shooter concept, shoving that into a game where you probably should have made it a single player experience is just not. It's not it. It's also getting annoying that you're shoving live service shit into everything. And I understand what you're trying to do, but I think you would have been better off doing a meta thing and just releasing this on some sort of gaming subscription pass, like Game Pass or something like that, or your own version of that, like Origin does.
Or just drop it for free. The game probably could have did good if it went free to play. Honestly.
No, they needed to recoup some sort of loss. I feel like they invested too much money into it, and it just didn't do well. So this is the only way they could recoup some losses. Not to mention, it's like the battle pass shit turned me off. Looter shooter things usually suffer from power creep on a regular basis, so it's like your super awesome gun usually gets out leveled by like the 3rd part of the game, and it's not useful anymore. And even though it goes great with your build, you have to use some piece of shit gun that does decent damage. Shit like that. And it is usually what's the issue with like looter shooter games. And I'm just generalizing, but that's probably what doesn't really help it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I didn't want to get too deep into this thing, but you just kind of open that can. It's just one of those things. No, because you're right about everything you said. You literally took all the words out of my mouth, man. You took everything I was gonna say out of my mouth. I feel like this game would have been better if they just didn't do the live service shit. Like if they were just like, hey, this is gonna be like some Guardians of Galaxy type shit. You know what I mean? They still got guns, but there's no fucking numbers and all this other stuff. And the story was a little better paced, and you know what I mean? It just
and you weren't repeating the same objectives in the open world. I think
the game would have been like a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? I think the game would have been a 7 or 8 out of 10. But as it stands, like I think the thing about it is this, right? The game relatively isn't bad, dog. Like there's no bugs. I ain't running any bugs. I haven't had any problems. The game runs smooth. So it's like just for that alone, like a game running smooth, you know what I mean? You know, on day one. You know how these games come out.
Did you have fun with it?
I'm having fun with it.
Okay.
I wish
the boys would come back to
it. I'm just trying to beat it. I'm just trying to beat it.
So you're not, I don't know. If you're just trying to beat it, are you going to play it again after you beat it?
My plan is this. I want to beat it before season 1 comes out. And then when season 1 comes out, I want to really like play it. Because I know a lot of my friends just basically told me I'm going to wait till season 1 comes to play it
wait
again.
till they
or
fix
I'm
all
gonna
the
wait.
issues that they.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
gonna wait till season 1 comes to buy it. So there's a lot of people who are just like, yeah, I want to see what they do with
Which
this.
is another issue of live service games.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Which
Yeah.
they released of unfinished or
and that's
somewhat sloppy products.
And that's kind of what I wanted to that's kind of what I wanted to talk about too. You know what I mean? I wanted to really talk about, like, if this game wasn't a live service game, like I said, it would have been maybe like a 7. I could see it being like a strong 7. I could see people throwing it an 8. For me,
the
where it
concept
stands right now, I just don't think people want live service anymore, man. I think that
nobody wants to work another 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants that shit no more. I've been saying it for years. I don't have time for these games anymore. Yeah. Personally, I play too many games. I play too many games.
Facts.
So for somebody like me, my catalog is very diverse. I play so many different things to the point where I don't have the time to sit here and be like, fuck, I have to grind your game out for at least a minimum of 6 to 8 hours a week, because that's what a lot of these games kind of they kind of want from you. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people say, oh, you just pop on and play for an hour or two every day, but not everybody has an hour or two every day.
Two things. One,
go ahead.
You're a gamer, so you're supposed to have a diverse catalog of games that you can't fucking play. That's the norm for us. Two, we already kind of touched on this on the last podcast, I believe. We were praising Halo Infinite and games like Halo Infinite with nonstop battle passes that don't expire, and also challenges that don't make us feel like we're working. So that way we progress through those games very quickly so we can play other games. Because we like Call of Duty, we like Halo, right? We want to play the game, but we don't want to only play that game.
Facts.
So that having a live service model where it feels like I can come in here, play a couple matches, progress through this battle pass thing you got going on, and then boot to my single player game or go play Helldivers. Like, I'm switching between. I went back to Marauders for a little bit, like while the servers were down in Helldivers, because I want to do drop pod shit and stuff like that. But that game doesn't have a battle pass. It's a whole different can of worms. But I'm just saying I can do that, and I'll also go back to Halo Infinite and just play that casually. And that's what a lot of people want, and not a lot of people are getting.
And listen, this is the conversation I had on my birthday stream with my boy Ninja Wolf. Shout out my boy Ninja Wolf. I'm not trying to shit on him. That's my fucking guy. But it was like we had a little debate, man. And it was about Apex. He's a big Apex player. And I told him, like, my biggest problem with Apex and games like Apex and just a lot of these games nowadays is I feel like they don't respect the player's time. They don't. They don't respect what you put into them like they did back in the day. Like, if I had 1,000 hours in a game back in the day, it showed. It showed, man. Mm-hmm. Like, the shit showed, right? It showed from just like, think of a game like Halo 3. You got the recon armor. You did all the Vidmaster achievements. You got all the,
two different
games.
I
mean, it's just like it respected the time that you put into it and rewarded the player. I mean, willingly. Nowadays, it's just like you just whip your wallet out, and I mean, it's just that's it. It's over. I mean, like you whip your wallet out, and it doesn't matter if you have 800 hours or you have 40 hours. I mean, we're on the same level. I mean, your skill doesn't show any more than mine, and I think that's the problem. Like games like Apex, especially Apex, as that it just doesn't respect the time that
it doesn't respect your time. It also doesn't respect your wallet, because they'll drop fucking.
Hold up, that's a whole nother point. But like I said, I think with Suicide Squad, right, is another game that comes in and it's already trying to disrespect your time. It's already trying to come in here. It doesn't reward the player. The rewards are minuscule. They're just to level up and do more damage and stuff like that, which is cool because that's what these the people who play these types of games, right? Because that's how I wanted to start this review out with. Suicide Squad is the pander to a specific type of gamer. But the problem with it is it's set in a universe that people fucking love. So they feel as though they have to play that game, even though they don't like the mechanics of it. And that's the problem with Suicide Squad. I mean, and I knew that going in. That was one of my biggest issues with it. Is it's just like, hey, people love. That's like Halo coming out of nowhere and they do a fucking a Telltale game. You know what I mean? One of those like, games where you don't play.
Or I'll give you an actual example that exists. It's Halo 4.
I mean, yeah, but
Halo 4. They pull Call of Duty instead of actually doing Halo mechanics. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
I just feel as though like the problem was set.
Okay, I will play a Halo Telltale game. That'd probably be fire.
I wouldn't want to play that though.
And I understand what you're pointing.
And I think that's the thing with these people. You go from Arkham Knight and all these other games, and then you go to a looter shooter. The people who play those types of games generally don't want to play that.
Arkham Knight was also one of those games that did reward the effort you put in because of all those Riddler trophies and shit that you had to go find. And there was a bunch of little mini secrets for super fans to find, like Calendar Man says different shit on different days of the week and shit like that. Like,
yeah, man,
that is called passion and love in the game development studio. And unfortunately, I don't think Rocksteady.
I hate that game.
I mean, a lot of people didn't like Arkham Knight for a lot of different reasons, but it's
not terrible or anything.
The story did end on a really good note, and I respect how they did it. Yeah,
Arkham
that was
City's
probably
still
their
the best.
first technical open world game, right? Too.
Arkham City was the best. Just put that out there. 10 out of 10 game. I mean,
okay, that was the second one, right?
Yeah, that was the second one.
And then the Arkham Knight was their open world Batman.
Yeah, that's the third one. Yeah.
And then the kind of one we don't really talk too much about is that co-op one that came out recently.
Yeah, it's not that bad, man. It's not that bad. You catch that joint on like a sale or something. Like you spend like $20 on it. It's really not that bad.
I can't really see myself playing it, so I'm just like,
I was playing it with Warren and them. We were playing it on stream. We're gonna get back to that, by the way, because I know a lot of people keep asking when we're gonna get back to Gotham Knights. We got some other people that are gonna join us up for that.
But yeah, no, like live service in a DC universe doesn't really work, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, man, I don't know.
Superhero games and live service don't work because
we seen that with Avengers. Like, I don't know why they thought they could.
That game died.
The
game is dead.
Like,
they shut it down.
Nah, man, Avengers was bad, man. It's just like dog, just do what people. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not going to say that because a lot of creativity comes from people doing what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's that.
Do what they want to do, but you could tell these people didn't want to do this shit, dog.
Well,
and
it's like you got a superhero game, and it's a live service superhero game where you choose from different characters and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then fucking all the enemies are robots. And not supervillains that you would want to fight. That's what that was the issue with Marvel. Like, and it's this kind of, I guess, similar here. I'm not sure about the enemies in Suicide Squad, but I know you only fight like the Justice League as like your bosses.
Yeah.
And then apparently from reviews, and cover your ears, Blaze, because there's a little spoiler-ish, I guess.
Don't do that. You don't do that.
You don't want me to tell it? All right. Well,
yeah, just in case there's somebody watching this shit. That
all right. Well, then I'll just say this. Then it's just like apparently it's just mid. So I'm just.
But that's just to sum this whole conversation up, because we spent a lot of time on it. And I just kind of want to move on. That's exactly how I feel about it. It's not the worst game ever. It's literally just mid, dog. Like, and y'all got to direct that hate the fucking Skull and Bones, because like nobody.
Yeah, how you gonna make a pirate ship battle game and
like,
not
nobody asked for that at all, dog? Like,
how do you make this? Is another game that's another studio that was like, yo, we got this game called Black Flag, which was literally the game we made because people love the ship battle mechanics of Assassin's Creed 3, and so we made a game specifically about ship battles and pirate shit. And realizing that we have an audience that love pirates, you know what we should do? We should take out all the pirate shit and just do the ship battles again.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think Suicide Squad is just mid. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I didn't play Skull and Bones yet. I got the trial downloaded. I'm probably gonna stream some of it Friday because my boy Dagon, shout out to him. He keeps begging me to play the game with him. So I'm a play it, man. I'm a play it. I think Suicide Squad has room for improvement, but I think it has very minimum time to do it because I think people have already kind of just either dropped the game or moved on to playing Helldivers or getting ready to play better games that are coming out this motherfucking Thursday that are going to be one of the best games of this year. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think the game ain't that bad, dog. The internet glazing is crazy, and that's why I tell people all the time. That's what I did with my top 5 list of last year, man. Like, play what you want to play, like what you want to like, and just drown out the noise, dog. Let the haters go and hate. The people. Most of the time, the people that are hating don't even know what the fuck they're talking about half of the time, man. I mean, and that's how I summed up this shit too. Like when I seen all the videos and shit, and I seen all the talk about this game, I was like, it's people are making it to seem like this is like fucking Assassin's Creed Unity all over again. Like, it's not that bad, dog. Like, it's mid, but it ain't terrible, dog. Like, it ain't that bad, dog. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this. When they told me there was no getting off the ship except for the hub shit, I was like, nah.
Oh no, I'm talking about with Suicide Squad.
Oh, with Suicide Squad.
Bones, yeah, that game's terrible.
I got confused because they're both fucking mid.
Yeah, Suicide. I think Skull and Bones is just because it's like the thing with Skull and Bones is like I don't think anybody asked for it, man. Like
you were hype in the beginning, though.
I was when they were talking about being able to. Because my problem is this, right? Sea of Thieves is a good game. I like it for what it is, but I don't like how cartoony it is. I don't like that shit.
That's fair.
I mean, if we could get a gritty pirate game, open world pirate game that's online, and I could do swashbuckling and all this crazy shit with my friends, though, that's an amazing ass game. But the minute they told people like, nah, you're not going to be able to like get on land and do land combat, it was instantly like a 3 out of 10.
You can't even do ship jump off the boat to go do like on someone else's ship. Like, you can't do that.
There's no.
This is just World of Warships with pirates.
This game truly should have went free to play. Now I think it's looking like they're gonna do that.
I doubt. No, they're probably gonna try. They're probably gonna do a one-off sale first and then do that. But I can't see them. I can't see it.
The game already has, for those that are interested in Skull and Bones or want to see what the conversation is, because again, I don't really want to talk too much on it because all I've done is watch a couple people stream it, and from what I've seen of it, I was like, okay, this is all right. If you're into that type of thing, I'm not into it. So it's just it's not for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I do feel with this 8-hour trial that they're giving, because they're giving you 8 hours to play the game. I mean,
because it's one of those games where you gotta like it takes forever to get around, right? Because you're sailing.
They're giving people this 8-hour trial. I think by next year, because they got a crazy roadmap for this game. I think by next year, if this game is still around, it's going to be free to play. It's going to be free to play.
Okay.
It's going to be free to play.
We shall see.
I mean, I think they're going to try to get what they can money-wise from the people that bought it and people who are planning to buy it. And I think in a year from now, they're just going to be like, hey, this game is free to play now. Coming out with an expansion. And then that's probably when people are really gonna like the. If they have like an expansion where we get to get on foot and do land combat, I'm all in. Land combat and jump on other people's ships, I'm all in.
You mean like pirate shit? Yeah, sure. We'll give it a try.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the game that came out in 2013.
You mean the game that everybody wanted and wanted a multiplayer version of, but they never capitalized on that. And now they're trying to capitalize on it.
Assassin's Creed game, yeah.
From what I've been told, yeah. But I've
gotta play it, man. You're crazy if you ain't played that, John. That's like literally the best Assassin's Creed game. The ending made me cry. I ain't gonna lie. And then the series took a big shit after that. Right after that game, guess what came out?
I don't know.
Unity.
Oh no.
The game that
French.
broke the world. That shit was like a dark hole, man. Like that game came out. We were talking about that shit on stream one night. We was like, yo, Unity came out, and it just felt like ever since then, like AAA studios ain't been able to make a game that's good on day one anymore. It's just like they all come out fucked up, dog. They all come out fucked up, man. But yeah, I didn't play Skull and Bones yet. If you're interested in seeing me play it, man, I'll be playing it this Friday, the 1st, March 1st, March Madness, baby. I'll be playing it with my boy Dagon and my boy Black Knights around 9 p.m. EST. I will be playing as much as I could possibly take because I didn't play the beta that long, dog. I'm not going to lie to you. I played about 30 minutes of the beta and uninstalled that shit. So I'm trying to give it a fair shake, man. I'm trying to give it a fair shake for content, really just for content. But I don't think this game is going to be, I don't think this game is it, man. I don't think this game is it. Like I said, the hate that y'all got for Suicide Squad, I can sit here and talk about it all day. Just go talk about Skull and Bones because I think that game deserves it. I think Suicide Squad deserves it too, but at the same time, I can say, like, at least that game fucking works, man. Like, at the end of the day, I could play that shit. You know what I mean? But let's get into this news, man. You ready for this news? Eknight? Oh, shit. Did he disconnect? I think he disconnected. Did I disconnect? Am I still here? Can y'all hear me? Hello? 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 Well, I mean, he's just said his Discord just died. While he's talking, fixing that issue, we are going to talk about some Apex real quick. Just real quick, y'all. Yeah, real quick, because we're on the topic of live service. We're going to talk about the new season 20 of Apex, man, which just came out. It came out like 2 weeks ago, I think. Season's all right. I ain't going to lie to you. The season's cool. This might be the best season. I know everybody says that, oh, this might be the best season of Apex. This probably is going to be the best season. I don't think it's that long. I think last time I was on it said it was like 60 days or 70 days or something like that. So it's got like a little decent time frame, not like the last season, which was like 120 days, which is just way too fucking long of a season. I like the new changes with the armor. I think they fixed the RNG a lot with this game, which was one of my biggest problems with Apex, is that there's just too much fucking loot. Yeah, I mean, now that you don't have to worry about Evo anymore, you don't have to worry about your armor anymore. You literally get it from opening bins, finding Evo harvesters, fighting, getting into combat, doing damage, the fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it changes up the game. Definitely changes the pace up a little bit too. Rewards you for taking on those early fights, which is something that Apex seemed to always get a lot of criticism from, or at least from me, a lot of criticism was when you take those early fights and you got ready Evo from the beginning of the match. Yeah, I mean. You just basically pub stomp everybody because you were lucky enough to land on some some purple armor. You got into enough fights where you could get it red. You basically just stomped the whole lobby after that. I think it kind of slowed that shit down where you have to kind of do some consistent fighting to keep your shields going up and moving up. But as far as that goes, I really like it. New perk system is really balanced. It's another thing that rewards you for finding those Evo harvesters, which means you got to rotate around a little bit, get into those fights, opening those bins. You know what I mean? I think, again, and it's coming from somebody who has a love-hate relationship for Apex. I truly think that this is the best season that we've gotten so far, man. This might be it. This might be it. I mean, but Eknight just said his He just said his internet went down, so that's great. That's great. So we'll probably have to do some type of like tethering together of these episodes. I mean, tether them together. I mean, we'll have to cut this and then paste the two together. I mean, but as far as Apex goes, because I'm not going to continue any longer talking about anything else until he gets back. Yeah, Apex new season is pretty good. There's nothing new, no new character, no new guns. Just quality of life. Trying to get that game to hang on for at least another year or two, which I think it's got. Honestly, if they have a good year, if they do do good with these LTMs and stuff, I mean, if they do good with these LTMs and stuff, we should be all right, man. But yeah, man. So that's that. That's that with Apex. Yo, it's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO, man. We ain't got no motherfucking like advertisers or advertisements. I mean, but we do got one advertisement for you, and that's two people that want a shout out from the Infernal Gaming Podcast, man. If you follow me at twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO, you would know that I have a channel point that allows you, yes, you, the person listening, that could go watch my Twitch stream over at twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO. You can redeem shout out on the next podcast. We had two people who did that. So I'm going to shout them two people out. And those two people will be Soul Angel and my boy Rising Rambo. You know what I mean? Both of their links to their Twitch will be in the description of this episode. Thank you guys for supporting the channel as always. And yeah, man, make sure you guys go check them out. But that's all I got for this advertisement. But my boy Eknight back. So let's get back to the motherfucking conversation. I mean, as y'all heard me say with the Apex shit, he dipped out. So we're going to, I mean, when you're hearing this, it's like maybe like 10, 15 minutes after the Apex conversation.
My fucking internet went out, so.
Yeah, man, it's all good. So let's get into these articles, man. Let's get into these articles and then wrap this shit up. Because we spent a lot of time talking about Helldivers and all these other games and lives. So, yeah, as we should. Let's talk about some sad shit, man. Let's talk about some sad shit. Let's get sad before we get happy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is breaking news, right? As of like 9 o'clock this morning. 8 o'clock this morning. I'm sorry. It happened like 8 o'clock this morning. Sony announced layoffs to 900 of its employees across the workforce. That's across its different studios and departments and everything. I mean, this is Sony Interactive Entertainment, which is like the gaming side, I believe. So they let go 900 employees. Now, we've been mentioning it over the past couple gaming podcasts that we had all these layoffs happening, but we haven't really talked about it in depth because this is like a big thing that's happening, not only to the gaming industry, but the tech industry. A lot of layoffs are happening. Whether you know it or not, a lot of these games that we got last year, why last year was so stacked for games is because like a lot of those games were probably slated to come out a little earlier, maybe during the pandemic. But the pandemic fucked a lot of things over and pushed a lot of those products into 2023. And now since a lot of those products are done, and it seems like the entertainment and tech business is kind of dying down again. These products are expensive at the end of the day, man. Especially when you're charging $70+ for a lot of your these games that are coming out. A lot of these companies haven't been seeing the numbers that they want to see. They're leading to some major layoffs. Like everybody's been laying people
They
off.
bloated it up because there was a little boom to tech and gaming during the pandemic, and now they're realizing they can't maintain that because people are out doing shit again because the economy or people are getting back to doing normal stuff again because that pandemic.
I think the economy plays a big part of it too, though.
It does, but like it's like I think during the pandemic, people had got extra stuff for aid, and they were able to spend time on stuff that they wanted to do because they were either off work or didn't have work or like in between jobs or something like that. And then that I always look at these trends as funny because I know, like, I guess they thought the pandemic was never going to end, or at least it was changing how culture was over here for a bit.
I believe it was the latter. Yeah, I think
Yeah, and I think they thought that they were just going to continually progress, but I was like, this is going to end, and people are going to try and get back to normal, and you're going to end up overstaffing people. I just I don't know. It sucks. It sucks that people lose their jobs because some guy was like, we need to overstaff and we need to hire up because X, Y, and Z. But unfortunately, this happens all the time in the gaming industry. Usually not this bad. It's usually like 100 people or something like this. But they do this to make their profit margins better. And, you know, when projects end, they do lay off a bunch of contractors and stuff like that. So it just sucks that people are losing their jobs. But hopefully these guys will bounce back. Getting back into the gaming industry, one way or another. It's just I think I called it the last time we talked about it that this isn't the end, that we're going to see more of this as the year progresses, because it's every beginning of the year there's at least like some sort of massive layoff, at least from what I've noticed.
Nah, I think this is
this is the biggest one since the Microsoft one.
Yeah. Then Microsoft laid people off maybe like, what was that, a couple
months
back.
ago.
Or that was a couple weeks ago.
Was it? Oh shit.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago after the Activision merger. They left they let go of, I think, a lot of people who are in their physical department who make like physical discs and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, which is a whole nother topic because, you know, people were scared that like, oh shit, I mean, we're not getting physical media anymore. Yeah. Yep. And they had to actually come out and publicly say, hey, you know, physical media is here to stay. But then in the same sentence was like, yeah, well, you know, we're adapting to the future. Yeah, I mean, the future is looking like all digital. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We've kind of already talked about that. Mm-hmm. This day and age, it seems like you just kind of get used to, you gotta get used to not owning these games, but owning the licenses to these games. I mean, when those licenses run out, that
was kind of always the case when games were sold physical. The only difference is that they couldn't stop you from playing it, and now they can. So
yeah, but that's why, again, I still support, because I tell people all the time, I still support physical media with certain games. Certain games, I don't care. Like, one game that I will say I'm kind of upset I didn't get physical is Cyberpunk. You know what I mean? Because I kind of feel like I would like to own that physical. But there's a lot of games that I try to buy physical just because, you know what I mean? Like, these things will eventually one day get lost, man. Like, I just found out the other day because I plugged my PS3 and you could still download your PS3 games, which is love. Like, even though the PSN store for that, I think, is like obsolete now, but you still have access to all of the games that you own on PS3. So I do like that, but eventually, you know, one day they're just gonna say, hey, I mean, like, you know, when the PS7 is out, they'll probably be like, hey, those PS3 games, we're getting rid of that storefront. You know what I mean, we're gonna get rid of your downloads or something. I don't know.
They're gonna cut off the servers, yeah.
And I think that's what people are generally afraid of, because I had to look it up the other day. I'll say that on the podcast too. I looked it up the other day that the 3DS, the store is no longer functional, but you can still download 3DS games that you bought on their digital storefront. So you can still download the games that you paid for, which is good. And I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but I mean, that is a good thing. That I mean, even if you're going to close those storefronts, allow people to still have access to their, because like that's always been my thing with Steam. Like, Steam has shown longevity, but it's always one of those things when I think about it, it's like, you know, one day, you know, Valve might not be around anymore. You know what I mean? And I don't have a lot of games on Steam. I do have a lot of games.
I have a lot
of games. It's just like I don't have as much as you guys because I only have my PC maybe like 2 years.
Couple months, yeah.
Yeah. I've had mine like 2 years. But yeah, I'd be worried about that shit sometimes. Like I'm not trying to sound like one of those weirdos, but like I do still support digital media. I think it's
I don't think it's
important.
weird.
Not digital, physical media. I think it's important. I told a lot of people that were trying to buy a PS5, don't buy the digital only. Like, don't hold yourself to just digital only, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like
because that allows them to just, that makes them just see that that's the future. Yeah, I mean, and that's all they want to see, because that just gives them more power to be like, oh, we don't have to make this anymore, which, a lot of these companies said
happening
years ago. Yeah, I mean, that they don't want to do this anymore.
This is the same thing when Xbox One came out and everyone shitted on it because it didn't let you share games. Now we're in the age of I don't want to interact with people. The era of gaming where it's like we want to play with our friends, but we don't want to play on their Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's like I said, we got to keep that physical media alive, man.
Yeah.
I keep it real with you. I believe in physical media. I think it's very important. I like digital media because I like the delivery system of it. I like how fast it is. It's like I just pre-ordered Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Yeah, I mean, I pre-ordered it digitally, so when the game comes out, I can just come home and play it. I don't have to pop a disc in and wait for that to download and wait till the early morning to go pick it up or anything like that. I can just play it. I mean, and I do like that, but at the same time, it's one of those things that I think about, like, damn, like,
Well, we're definitely on the end of the era of physical media, midnight launches and such like that. So, which is a shame.
Launch has been dead. They've been dead. Like,
they still have them. They still have them at GameStop.
But it ain't the same, dog.
I know. But I'm saying
that shit ain't the same, man.
I'm just saying,
when motherfuckers used to get pizza and all types of shit.
Dude, remember when Halo 4 came out? Yeah, we were all hanging out. There's dudes dressed up in ODST armor, cosplaying and shit. Like that was
listen,
lit.
man. Them times are never coming back, dog.
It's sad.
I mean, Modern Warfare 3's release, the original Modern Warfare 3, not the remake, not the 2023 game, the 2011 game, that was one of the greatest midnight launches of all time that I got to witness. That shit was amazing, dog. That was like the nerdiest, coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life, dog.
Dude, yeah.
And I was one of the first people to get my copy in the store, dog. The shit was crazy. You know what I mean? Shit was crazy. I had to fight my way out the store, man. You know what I mean? And I ran home. Well, I got a ride home, but I best believe, man, we ain't sleep that night. Those nights like that is over now, man. It's
now
over.
It's just us in a Discord going, oh man, I can't wait
until this game drops, and then they unlock it and then you can play it, and then you just don't talk.
We don't talk because we're playing the fucking game.
I think the last midnight release I went to was like shit. It might have. Honest to God, might have been fucking Metal Gear Solid 5.
I'm pretty sure mine was either Pokemon or Outer Worlds.
Pokemon what?
Either it was not Legends. Maybe Scarlet and Violet.
Oh yeah, damn! You still was doing them, Jones? God damn!
No. Sword and Shield. It's probably Sword and Shield.
I don't even buy games from GameStop anymore. Like the closest like.
Well, it was because I wanted it physical. So
the closest store to me is like Best Buy and Walmart. They're right next to each other. The GameStop is like, if you really want to be technical, is about the same distance, but it's like kind of out of the way. Like I gotta go like through a couple lights where I can just kind of just go straight and it's right there.
No, I mean, I don't go to GameStop that often. In fact, the only time I go to GameStop is when I want to pick up Pokemon cards because they actually sell them there now. And even then, I usually just go to a game shop for that. Yeah, and GameStop is more like, do I want to stop in there and grab some? Do I want to just keep going? Is one of those.
For our younger listeners, man, y'all have no idea what the midnight releases used to be like.
They were fun.
Dog, some of the greatest.
Think your Fortnite events, but like downscale it a bit.
Downscale a little bit, and it's in person. Real shit. That's really what it is. It's just a Fortnite link up,
and it smells.
Yeah, it smells,
It
man.
smells like fucking bad because nobody uses deodorant.
But that Modern Warfare 3 joint, man, they let it. Yo, we was in there playing.
Yo,
I think
I'm pretty sure that was the same day. There was a Modern Warfare game that came out the same day as Outer Worlds, and I was out at the midnight launch for that, and everyone was there for Call of Duty, and I was the only one there for Outer Worlds, and it shit reeked so bad, dude.
that had to be like, when did that game come out? Like 2017, right?
Something like that, yeah.
That had to be like World War II or something like that. The last
Nah,
Call of
it was
Duty
a modern
I got,
one, I thought.
The last Call of Duty I got on release, well, at midnight launch, was Black Ops 3. That was the last one I went to, and it was cool. I mean, I just
Outer
got
Worlds
off
came
of
out in
work.
2019. I think that was Modern Warfare. The 2019 one came out.
Oh, okay. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
That's a
October
good joint.
25th.
Yeah, that's a good joint. But yeah, man, them midnight releases, man, is just this. What a time, dog. I remember we was all in the store playing Black Ops. We was playing Black Ops 1 and
Yep.
shit.
Yeah, it was Call of Duty in 2019. It came out the same day as Outer Worlds.
They had all the fucking little stations set up. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers was talking shit. Motherfuckers from school was there and shit. We all linking up because, you know, we just graduated high school and shit. It's the first time I seen a bunch of people. I'm like, damn, we lit, man. I can't wait to play this game tonight. We sharing our Xbox Live gamer tags with each other. We all linking up. We connected. And then boom, midnight drop. I done ate probably 8 slices of pizza. You know what I mean? I was in that joint like damn near from like, I think I got there like dead ass like 10 o'clock, dog. I was there like 10 o'clock, just chilling. You know what I mean? And then midnight came. I jumped up on that motherfucking table. I said, yo, give me my game. And then the boy next to me, he had the special edition. So he got his shit first.
Yeah.
And then I got my shit. And then all my boys was hyped for me. They all hyped for me. You know what I mean? I'm running out the store like, fuck y'all, man. I'm out of this joint. We took a picture and shit. I have to post that in the Discord for y'all that want to see it, man. Join the Discord. And but we did take a picture together. It was kind of dope. All of us holding up our little games and shit. Dog, you'll never get that again. That was like, it's just not the same, dog.
Yeah, it's not the same no more. Now it's just everyone hangs out in Discord and play the game. We don't talk unless it's like a co-op game or multiplayer. And it's sad, but it is the end of an era of physical media. Like once the physical media goes, it's pretty much that shit is no longer a thing.
Yeah, man.
Maybe like, and then but at the same time, I guess that's what a lot of gamers and people look forward to cons for like more like in-person hype for shit, because they do be lit.
Yeah. I like physically just owning my shit too, though. I like being able to look at my bookshelf and just being like, damn, I got a lot of games on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good feeling. Instead of just looking up your motherfucking, you get in your PlayStation library. Like, I got like 700 something games in my PlayStation library. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. But we getting a little off topic. Yeah, man, there's a lot of layoffs happening. The shit's sad. Yeah, I mean, hopefully these, like Eknight said, these people recoup and they, you know what I mean,
bounce
they get
back,
they get to going where they gotta go, because man, that's just mad sad, dog. It's just mad sad.
All right.
I mean,
So did we want to talk about Pokemon for a little bit and other stuff?
Let's do it, man. Tell them. This is breaking news too, by the way.
Yeah, this came out while we were about to record.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
so
man, 9 o'clock this morning.
Couple highlights from the Pokemon Day Direct. Looks like they're coming out with a cool Pokemon card game for your phone. It goes pretty in depth with the card art and shit, which is cool. It's a little side note to the fucking Pokemon A- or Z-A Legends coming out, which is, I think, is like kind of like a standalone, but also like part of the Legends series, because the first one did pretty well. It looks like it's being placed in Kalos, and Mega Evolutions are coming back, and I'm fucking hype. And it's coming on the Switch too, because it's apparently planned for release of the 2025 is when the Switch 2 is coming out, and I think that's when this game is gonna probably come out.
Yeah,
so
man. Power will put that pressure on them. Power will put that pressure on them.
Well,
and then, of course, we're getting new terror raids for Scarlet and Violet. I don't know if
they're coming out, I think, February 28th. You get all 3 of the Gen 1 starters. Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard all have their raids coming out. So you guys can shiny hunt for those guys. I don't think they're shiny locked, but I still need to get the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. I just haven't had time to actually play my Switch, so it's meh.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the raid. Because I kind of want that Venusaur.
Yeah,
play that fucking game.
But so something to look forward to, and hopefully the Switch 2 will actually like be more powerful than the Switch 1, so all the issues we had with Scarlet and Violet won't happen again. And then hopefully Pal World did put the pressure on Game Freak to produce a better product, because if it comes out and it's still fucking ass, I'm gonna be upset. Like, it's gonna be sad.
Yeah, man. So like he said, today is Pokemon Day. This is the day the original Pokemon game came out, February 27th, 1996. So this is almost fucking, 30 years of Pokemon, almost 30 years of Pokemon.
Yeah.
They were recording it. So they had this little 13-minute show that they put on. I'm interested in the card thing. I think that's cool. I've always appreciated the Pokemon trading card game. A little side note, but it's still on topic. One of my goals in my 30s that I want to accomplish is I would like to make a board game or a card game and invest into it. That's something that I want to do. That's something that I had a talk. We was under the influence of a little alcohol. But it made me think like, damn, like that's another thing that I feel like is kind of disappearing. It's still there, like if you go to like little card shops and shit. But like a lot of these like board game, card game type things are kind of like either going digital or they're just
no, I think it's 2 different things. So like the card game thing is like actually playing the game,
I know,
on your phone or digital, but like the physical cards, I don't think they're ever gonna stop until there's an issue with like.
Hell no! But I'm just saying, I feel as though that because I'm not gonna say the name of the store that's around us that we used to go to back in the day. But I feel like places like that, I don't think they're going to sustain for too much longer. And the last time I was inside one was maybe like a year ago. I was in one, and they've totally changed how because of COVID and stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
But they've changed up how they operate, and they used to run events like every fucking day. Now it's just
I popped into one a couple months ago, and because I sell my bulk to the local shops.
How much you make?
You don't make shit from bulk. It's more of like a discount because you get a little extra credit if you get store credit, and I just immediately buy something new.
Okay.
Yeah, but I usually end up with a lot of bulk because I pull packs for videos and shit. So the
link in the bio.
It's more of a hobby channel, so I don't consistently update it. But basically, I see people in there all the time, whether they're reoccurring nerds that will stand over your shoulder if you try to pull packs while you're there, or people just wandering in just to check shit out. Like I think it really depends on whether or not that shop has fostered a community within itself. You know what I mean? Because game shops are usually like, you don't just go there to buy stuff too. You go there to play the games. They have tables set up in the back. They have a little drinks and stuff there. They want you to stay and play the games, and so that way you're more likely to buy more shit.
Yeah.
They have it's more community based than it is like worrying about physical media. And I think that the thing is that I don't think physical media like board games and card games are ever going to die out anytime soon. But I do think physical media for gaming, like video games, is, because that is the way the market is pushing it. But you can't really get that same feeling from like trading card games because they require in-person trading. And I don't think any of the apps allow you to trade any of your cards with people, as far as I know. So you kind of remove that element of the game, because part of playing these TCG games is literally in the name, trading cards. Like you trade cards. Yeah, so it really just depends. Like I don't see it happening. Like D&D, all that shit.
I just feel like I'm not saying the games are going nowhere. I just feel like the it's not as big as it was back in the day, man.
Oh, for sure.
That's
what
I was saying.
I mean, I do have to speak my piece on that. At least the Pokemon trading card shit. That shit is as big as it's getting bigger. It keeps getting bigger. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's because of the money, though.
No, it's not.
Actually, people playing it though, or people actually playing it.
They have tournaments every fucking year.
Oh, that's good shit.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube right now and watch the Pokemon TCG live tournaments. They're actually interesting to watch. I watched a couple of them.
I've always appreciated the Pokemon card game. I've always loved it's like the randomness of it, like where Yu-Gi-Oh is like very strategic, and you just build your deck a certain way, and that's what you're going for every time you play. Nah, man, I'm about to get back into that shit, man. Yo,
the OTK shit took me the fuck out.
Listen, your boy about to come out of retirement.
Back in my day, we only had one OTK, and his name was Exodia.
Jason, shout out my boy Jay. I mean, he just had this kid and shit. So I told him this summer we coming back. I mean, once he he got everything at home settled and shit. No, but coming back to Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'll be in the card shops on Saturday. Y'all can catch me up in there if y'all in the Philly region. I'll be there. I'll be there, man. Yeah, I gotta come back, man. Like I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh again at probably like the worst time, because it was like the middle of the pandemic. You know what I mean?
That's like
I literally quit. I literally quit when the shit started popping again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
I'm sorry. It's just, Yu-Gi-Oh to me is like the gimmick thing. Is like every fucking generation of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that come out has like some weird gimmick, like pendulum and shit like that. And it's like
Yu-Gi-Oh's better when you're an adult, because now you just buy the cards. You don't pull no packs no more. You just go right on TCG.
Like pulling packs though. I like pulling packs. I'm sorry.
Every once in a while, I buy some packs.
That new card smell. You crack literally while we were recording. I cracked 5 packs of Pokemon cards. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, I pulled the shiny dolphin dude from Paldean Fates and a fortress full art.
Yeah, look, I'm about to put you
Shit's
on.
Lit.
Man.
I'm about to actually text it to you right now.
Look in the chat. Look in the show notes, John. Go there, man. Go there.
Man, I just get this shit from Amazon.
That's where
it's like the same prices.
I get my shit right off that. I type in a card if I need access code. Talking. I mean, he coming right to my house, man. I'm going right to a seller. I'm going right to a seller.
Yeah.
How much that card go for right now? Access code. Talking.
Boom. There you go. I just sent you what I just pulled today. And I think this is the 3rd one I pulled, by the way.
Damn, he not worth shit no more, man.
No, because he probably got banned.
No, because they came out with a gold rare.
Look at that.
It was only secret rare at one point.
I just sent you in a Discord DM.
All right. What is that? Oh, that's shiny. I mean, better put that shit in a fucking sleeve, man.
I will. I'm just saying.
Card kids are. He's touching it with hands.
I don't care. I don't care for that. I don't even sell my cards.
Yo, that happened to me. That happened to me when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh like 2 years ago. I was at the card shop and I was opening some packs, because I do buy packs still. I just if I'm trying to build a certain deck, I'll just buy the cards that I need for the deck, like off a TCG player. Yeah. But I was at the store and I was buying packs just because I just wanted to open some shit. And I pulled some shit. And I was looking at the motherfucker. The dude was behind me like, put it in a sleeve. Put it in a sleeve. It's like, damn, bro. Like, chill out, man. Like,
dude, I remember when we went to our card shop back in the day and fucking I'm sitting there pulling packs, and this dude's over my shoulder, like literally right next to me. Like his breast is touching my shoulder, and he's like, "That's a good card. That's an all right card. Oh, I'll trade for that." I'm like, dude, can I?
I've always wanted to go to like a tabletop night, though, man. I want to play a
Tabletop night
game.
sounds late.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm excited for this TCG game because I've always had a great appreciation for the card, the Pokemon card game.
What I appreciate about the Pokemon card game, unlike the Yu-Gi-Oh card game where they constantly make a new deck and that deck becomes meta, is that when they come out with the versions of the same Pokemon for the 100th time in a row, they only really slightly change it, and it only is updated with the current gen. So like you can still play older cards and get more out of those older cards than you would the newer cards. You know what I mean? Like you can't really do that with old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You can't run an old classic Yu-Gi-Oh deck and be expected to win because it's a classic Yu-Gi-Oh deck. You know what I mean? It's very hard to do that now because all the other cards have like super specific card effects that are paragraphs long and pull shit, throw it out, and basically just do combos nonstop until eventually it's like, all right, your turn, like 20 minutes to an hour later. Like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man. I'm excited for this one, man. We'll see what they do. As far as this Pokemon ZA game goes, man, I will tell you that and they didn't show too much. Like I watched the trailer.
Showed enough.
They just really just kind of showed that I think they're gonna do the same thing they did with Legends Arceus, which is, I mean, it's gonna be like a I guess like an origin story. I don't know.
I think it looks like it's gonna be from what it looks like it's gonna be this setup for the beginning of the city, one of the main cities that gets built.
Yeah, Luminous City.
Yeah, and then they also are bringing back Mega Evolutions because that's around when they introduced those. So I have a lot of hype for that, and I am praying to God that this one actually has some level of multiplayer.
Yeah, I think Power World put that pressure on them with this one, man. But I think this one's gonna be good because I like Legends Arceus, man.
Yeah, it was good.
You could say what you want about it, like performance wise or all of that shit. I really think like for the first time they actually did something different in Pokemon because that was something totally new. They hit it out the park, and I'm mad I ain't beat that game, man. But that game is good.
Well, it's one of those games that has multiple endings, like actual Monster Hunter.
It's fucking good, man.
Like, I beat it, and
what's up with Scarlet and Violet, man? Fuck that game, dog. Fuck that
apparently
game.
The DLCs were good. I haven't tried them yet, but apparently people liked. Well, because you can play as a Pokemon in the one, and that's like a lot of people's dream.
Does it still run at 20 frames?
Probably not, because it's in a separate location than the main game. So I think this smaller area is probably benefiting how it runs.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man.
Talk to me in about like a month when I actually go out of my way to buy those.
Yeah, man. All right, man. So as y'all all know, we talked about the Nintendo Switch 2 coming in March 2025.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'll be coming up. That's a report. I mean, they're saying that it could come out in 2025. We don't know if it will. But amidst that, I mean, we talked about that. We got some Elden Ring news, man. The DLC for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree is coming out this June. I think it's this June.
It's coming out.
It's supposed to be a big ass.
It's an
DLC.
expansion.
It's a full on expansion. It's $40. I know like 5 people that literally already bought it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I literally saw it on Steam. I said, God damn, bro, like 6 months in advance though. Like, I mean,
the hype is real. The hype is real, especially when you saw what the dude was doing with his hands. The hype is real.
Yeah, they said these bosses are gonna be they're gonna be a lot harder. It'll be harder than Melania, which was really hard. I never played it because I didn't get that far.
I didn't get that far either. I think I'm right around where she's at. Like, as soon as I beat this one boss, I'll be like in the area where I can get to her.
Yeah. I mean, I already told the chat, man. I told the chat during stream, I think I'll pick up this DLC. I'm going to beat Elden Ring, man. I'm going to get around to it. I'm going to beat it on my terms. You know what I mean? I'm going to hit my boy up, tell him, come on, we about to co-op this, man. You know, you would let me solo her. Well, I'm going to be, let me co-op them. You know what I mean? That's me. Let me co-op them. You know what I mean? That's my name. All right? I'm going to co-op the rest of the game because co-op is in Elden Ring. So we're going to use it to our maximum abilities. But it looked good. What can I say? Now, I will say this, though. If this DLC ends up getting nominated for Game of the Year, and y'all talked all that shit on Phantom Liberty, I'm a snap. I'm a snap.
First of all, I think I'm gonna still hold the same position I did before because I feel like expansions of a game that already exists shouldn't be nominated for Game of the Year, even if it's a really good expansion. Like I think they should have shit like DLC of the year or expansion of the year. That would be a better category. But shit like ongoing game and Game of the Year doesn't make sense to me.
Like ongoing game, that would be good.
That doesn't make sense to me, though, because it's technically like ongoing to me says live service instead of like DLC expansion.
Nah,
DLC is like a single
it's the
thing.
Wording of it. You got to read what they because when we read it when we announcing the winners and shit. When I read that, I was like, all right, that makes sense. That makes sense why Phantom Liberty won that.
Yeah,
over like Fortnite and all that shit.
Again, it's just me being a little biased against Cyberpunk because of how the launch was, but like at the same time, even if Elden Ring came out with the expansion and it was really good, I don't think it should get Game of the Year. I don't think it should. It's an expansion of a game that already exists. For it to take Game of the Year is actually mind-boggling to me because it'd be like
I'm just saying, man.
You're telling me that you basically really re-released the game with new content and now it should get Game of the Year because it's better instead of it like just to me that snubs the opportunity for games that actually came out that year that probably put the actual effort into it.
Not saying that they didn't put effort in the Shadow or Earth Tree, but I'm just saying, man.
Well, it hasn't come out yet. We don't know. It could be dog shit for all I know, but it's probably not going to be dog shit. But
yeah, this shit about to be crazy.
In fact, I think this might be the first DLC they've ever done for a Souls game.
Nah, they got DLC.
Oh, you know what? You're right. They did it for Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne, if I'm not.
Yeah, Bloodborne had the old hunters.
I forgot all. Yeah, well, I'm not super into the Souls community, so when the games come out, I'm like, oh, okay, and then I try it and I get my ass kicked and I forget about it.
I'm not either, but Bloodborne stayed installed in my PlayStation, and I don't even play it. I just really appreciate that game. I do. I tell people all the time. I think Bloodborne is the best Souls game, and not even for the combat or anything. That game's story and that game's world is so fucking cool to me.
Oh, it is a cool world, and I need to go back and beat it. So,
man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's a game I hope they gatekeep. By the way, I hope that gets gatekeeped.
Fuck off. Fuck you. You're terrible. You're terrible.
That's real shit.
Suck my ass.
That game needs to be gatekeep to the PS4, baby.
Nah.
PS4 only. The day they drop that shit on PC, I'm upset. But it might happen because From Software got all their IPs now. They get all their IPs.
Yeah, we're getting.
So it might happen.
We're getting a remake of that shit.
That would be cool. But I'm just saying.
All right.
The original.
No, but Game of the Year should never be a DLC. I'm just saying. Like, Game of the Year can like at the most I will allow is an early access game that is semi-complete. You know what I mean?
You think Power World's gonna get a nomination for Game of the Year?
For fucking sure.
Wow.
Based off popularity alone, like definitely like if they don't have a category for early access games, they might just put it in there. Because to be honest, if Phantom Liberty DLC can get a nomination, then fucking early access games should be able to, because that shit was early access.
I feel you. You not lying. All right. Let's pivot out of that, man. Let's pivot out of that.
All right.
And talk about some PlayStation news real quick. PlayStation, on the last podcast, we didn't get to talk about because we were focusing more on our game of the year talks. PlayStation had a state of play where they showed off some games. They showed off Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. That's the full title, apparently. Stellar Blade, Until Dawn, Silent Hill 2, Rise of Ronin, and other games. They showed off like Dave the Divers coming to PlayStation. They showed off Dragon's Dogma, which looks really good. I don't know if I'm getting it day one, though, because the thing is, it comes out the same day as Rise of Ronin, man. That's too much money to be spending on both games.
All right.
But Dragon's Dogma.
I'm going to say this right now. Saying this right now. Is it a PlayStation exclusive? Is it coming to PC?
What?
Dogma.
No, I got it on my wish list on PC.
Oh, okay. Bet.
I think I'm getting that on PC.
I'm going to beat a certain amount of games this year for sure before I buy anything else that's a single player experience that I don't really want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on Dragon's Dogma, but I'm getting Rise of Ronin day one. That's gotta happen. And I'm not streaming it. I'm not doing it.
He's just gonna play it.
That's right, off stream. Y'all not.
He remembers what happened with Ghost of Tsushima.
I mean, I'm having fun. What happened with Ghost of Tsushima?
I don't know. Did you stream it?
I did, but I beat it already before I streamed it.
Oh, so you just played it again? Okay.
I did the new game plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So you couldn't have people distracting. Yeah, I do that with certain games.
Yeah. So they showed off Foam Stars as well, which is a game I cannot believe came out, but it's here.
What is it?
Foam Stars, which is PlayStation's take on Splatoon. And I think that game might already be dead. I'm not sure.
It doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
That's a very niche little compartment right there. They showed off Judas, which is
looks good.
The BioShock successor. That looks like it's gonna be fucking amazing. They showed off Metro Awakening, which is a VR game. That looks cool.
I'm a fan of the Metro series. It's Metro, like the Russian.
Yeah, Metro. Okay. Yeah,
not like all right, something else. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of it. I like the first one. I mean, the second one. I didn't play the first one. I played the third one. It was okay.
Okay.
I just like the. I think the second one was pretty good. Like probably the best so far. So maybe this VR one will probably do something interesting.
They showed off Silent Hill 2, like I said. And they gave us a free game that I haven't played yet. I'm gonna schedule that to stream soon. The Silent Hill, it's called Silent Hill: The Short Message. It's like a 3-4 hour game.
It's like the PT game.
Yeah, they gave it out for free.
Okay.
Sonic X Shadow Generations for you Sonic kids. Stellar Blade, which is something that I may buy and stream. Stellar Blade, man, that shit looks good. It's from a little Korean company. They got boob physics and shit like that. It looks really good. V Rising is coming to PlayStation.
V Rising is an interesting game. It's an interesting game.
Yeah, I gotta buy that shit. But yeah, the only thing I was really interested in with this was Stellar Blade, Rise of Ronin, and Dragon's Dogma, and that fucking
Judas.
That and Death Stranding, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of hyped for this Death Stranding.
Amazon package simulator.
I might have to
play the first one.
I might have to stream that. Did you play the first one?
I have to play it. I think I have it.
Yeah, they gave it away on Epic like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think I have it on there. I just have to actually play it. But like I said, I need to beat a bunch of single player games that I started and never finished. So I need to do that.
Yeah, excited for that, man. But we're also at PlayStation. If you're a PlayStation person, you're also going to be getting some other games. That's a nice little jump to our next article real quick. Xbox, you know, if you would have asked, I think it was like a month ago when the controversy started. A month ago, Xbox kind of put out this. I think it was like a podcast, and they were talking about, you know, Xbox game exclusivity and shit like that. And they were basically saying that, oh no, it was a leak. It was a leak by Bloomberg that came out. And they
Yeah.
were basically saying that like Xbox games are going to be coming to PlayStation, and people lost their shit, dog. People lost their shit.
Dude,
They
no,
lost their
the
shit.
Sony ponies were rubbing the salt into the wound for the Xbox because that I watched so much salt and like it was actually pretty funny.
The shit was crazy, man.
But
They thought they were getting Starfield and shit. Nah, you're
yeah,
not getting
you know
Starfield.
how funny it is that they were shitting on that game like a few months ago, and
they're
now they were
happy that they
hyped.
ended.
Now they're hyped to get it.
It's almost like y'all like the game. It's almost like y'all like the game.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
it's almost like y'all like the fucking
This
game.
is Derek coping.
But because the fucking internet tells you that it's bad, oh man, let's go hate on it together.
Oh no, yeah, and they were
But
loving the fact that they might get
but
Halo, and I was like hoping that this was true, so I can dust them in Halo, so I can just trash all of y'all.
Yeah, nah, you're
Halo.
getting fucking grounded. I think it's grounded.
They're getting a
Hi-Fi
bunch
Rush.
of multiplats.
Yeah,
And some Hi-Fi Rush I think was just it's a third party game that exclusively released on Xbox, but they're getting that, which is great. It's a good game from what I've seen. I want to play it myself.
Here are the 4 games. I had to get an article real quick. It's
I don't think they would have started off with their
Pentiment. It's Pentiment, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, and Sea of Thieves. That's a good joint. Sea of Thieves,
yeah, dog.
That'll actually, that's a good thing because that'll help
good.
people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people who are disappointed by not Black Flag, Skull and Bones can play an actual pirate game.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's a good game too.
That is a good game.
Good game. So yeah, people lost their shit about this. Me personally, man, I think this is a great move. I think this shows that Xbox knows that, not Xbox, but just Microsoft. I think this is just better marketing for Game Pass. This is all it is. Because at the end of the day, Game Pass will always be a PC Xbox exclusive. It's always going to, that's never going to come to.
They also addressed the rumor that they're not releasing an Xbox next year, and they said they were.
No, they said they were. Yeah, they said they were.
So, but some people were theorizing that it wasn't going to happen because of these games that were coming over to the PlayStation. They thought Xbox is going to more publisher role rather than an actual first party developer, which I think doesn't make sense because then how are you going to get people to buy Game Pass if you don't have an Xbox? And I think Xbox is going to be just the platform now for not just gaming but also entertainment as well.
Yeah,
and then Game Pass be the thing that's more of the exclusivity thing because you get an exclusive catalog for like $15-$20 of all these games, including third party games that a lot of people are playing. And then all PlayStation has is their first party exclusives.
Apparently, new Call of Duty is coming to Game Pass. So.
I don't think PlayStation now.
Diablo 4 is coming out March to Game Pass. So Game Pass is as strong as it's ever been.
Dude, yeah. And then like PlayStation Now, I don't think does the same thing as Game Pass where it's you get the new game day one. You gotta wait. Yeah, and it costs like more and you get less.
They got like the same games that Game Pass has, some of them, but Game Pass is still the better.
Because you get first party titles day one, and a lot of new releases day one too.
I just think they have a really good, strong catalog. Like, they know what games to like really pick up. Like they got Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2 that's coming out day one on Game Pass, but I believe that's also coming to PC and PlayStation. Yeah, but it's day one on Game Pass.
Day one on Game Pass means I don't have to drop $60 to $70 on it.
Yeah, that's just love. That's what I did with Halo Infinite. I did the same thing with Halo Infinite. I just went and got Game Pass.
And they did that on purpose. Like they were like, you may not want to play the campaign. You may just want to play the multiplayer.
Yeah, man.
But I think it's funny to me though that like the Sony boys think that because Xbox is like not producing banger first party games like that they're winning some sort of war, and in reality they're losing kind of their war because PlayStation can't get their subscription service off the fucking ground.
Nah,
which is
nah. Listen,
what
let me say
Xbox
this.
is pivoting to,
Let
and
me
it's
let me go
working
let me
out
go
really
crazy real
good.
quick. Let me
Yeah,
go
go
crazy
crazy,
real
go
quick.
crazy.
Let me go crazy. I've been saying this on stream. All right. I'm glad he said that. I've been saying this on stream. I've been saying it. Sony on watch, dog. Sony's on watch. I don't think dog, the way things are going, I don't think I'm getting a PS6, dog. I don't think I'm getting a PS6.
Damn.
Because like I said, I think that the problem with Sony right now is that they keep giving us the same fucking games, dog. We're getting the same fucking games, same 5-6 games. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, for me, I always go back to this. I think the golden era of video games for me, right? The golden era of video games is 360, dog.
Facts.
360 was the golden era, dog. And if you didn't have a 360, you just were assed out, dog.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you because PS3 was not it, dog. It was not.
You only had a
PS3
because you wanted to play Metal Gear 4.
That's it. That's literally it.
That was
That's
it.
literally it. Literally it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, 360 had just too much heat, man. It had too much heat, man. And it was the better system to play Call of Duty on. It was just a better system.
Halo, Gears of War was popping off still. Bunch of good AA games came out on 360, like
Facts.
Witcher 2. Witcher 2, yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of games. You know what I mean? Too many to count, but it was a lot, man. And that goes to show you, like, I think the good thing about that era was there was so much variety. Like, if you didn't like Gears, you may like Halo. If you don't like shooters and shooters aren't your thing, you might like Fable. If Fable's not your thing, you might like Crackdown. You know what I mean? There were so many different, there were so many different things for you to play. Yeah, I mean, when it came to the 360 era, that was like, there was just so much different genres where it's like, I think with these, they are strong games. Like, I'm not saying they're bad games. They're just all the fucking same, dog.
Yeah, soft open world, soft RPG with a main character.
Yeah, I mean, with character development that's supposed to make you feel like I'm kind of over it, dog. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't got a problem with like God of War or
I'm over it. I'm over it.
Whatever. I forget the name of the robot chick game. Forget what it's called.
Robot chick game.
The chick with the bows and arrows and the robots.
Oh, Horizon.
Horizon. Yes.
It's the only outlier they got, man, but they keep shitting on it.
Man, that's a similar style. It's just more open world.
That game
Last of Us.
I think that game's a lot different than the other games.
What else they got on PlayStation that's exclusive besides Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's a good one. Spider-Man's a good one.
But it's like the same thing. It's a soft open world, and even then, it's like a different type of genre.
That's why I'm excited for this Rise of Ronin, man, because I feel like it's got a good mix of like everything in it, man. Which I think
Sony just plays it too safe with a lot of their first party titles.
That's what I
there's
say
no risk.
too.
There's no risk.
There's no risk. It's like you're not.
They're going to
Ubisoft.
With their Assassin's Creed and their fucking
when Microsoft made Hi-Fi Rush and they made Redfall, right?
They didn't even make that.
Was a big risk.
They published it.
Well,
that's a double-A studio.
I'm just saying they published those games. Those were unique. Even though Redfall's ass, it tried to do something new. It didn't play it safe. I can give them credit for that. Starfield tried to do something different. I can give them credit for that. You have made Last of Us for a decade now.
It's literally their Skyrim. It's literally their Skyrim. They didn't they just re-release the fucking game and it's the same thing?
Oh, the shit's irritating.
And it didn't even work on PC when they released it.
Dog, I don't even want to talk about it no more.
That
shit had me pissed off.
I will always be of the mindset that the first game is the better of the two, and the second game is just kind of like story-wise. I do not like it.
That's not always true. That's not always true.
That is me. That is my opinion, and I will stick to that shit.
Street Fighter 2 is way better than Street Fighter 1.
That's fine.
Pokemon
and Halo 2
Gold is
Halo 2 is better than Halo
Red
CE. Gold and Silver, facts. Gold and Silver definitely is better than Red and Blue. Like you respect the first game because that's what started it all, but the second one is ultimately just a better version of that.
That's what I be trying to say, man. Some sequels are better, man.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case with Last of Us. I think the first game did it right, and I think the second game tried to do it, and then it just didn't work
again. And the problem with Last of Us 2 was it tried to force things where one respected your intelligence.
Yes.
Two was just like, did you see that? Did you see that feel? Did you miss that feel? Look at it again until you feel. Where the first game was like, yo, that happened. That hurt me.
The first game,
and the developer was just like, I know.
The dude and his brother, man, that shit fucked.
Yeah, man.
That shit fucked me up.
First game was so
terrible.
Good.
I was so sad after that fucking little part. And I was like, they try to do it again in the second game. It's just not. It's not there.
It's not there.
Especially when all the trailers basically spoiled.
The gameplay was better. The gameplay was.
Oh,
I will say
for sure.
That gameplay was amazing. 10 out of 10 gameplay. Like the way you fight, the shooting and the moving around and the melee combat and everything. And 2 felt so fucking good.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's not one of those games you play for the gameplay. You play for the story.
Hell yeah. So Sony on watch. I've been saying this. I'm tired of playing the same game over again, man.
Let me be honest. This is kind of like the trend of gaming, though. Like you got Nintendo doing its own thing all the time, whether it fails or not. Nobody really cares. The two people that bitch and moan. Yeah, I mean, because they just do whatever they want, and like it either works out or it doesn't.
That's because their fan base is loyal. Nintendo fanboys are just too loyal.
Look at those Pokemon fans, abuse victims.
Facts, man. Y'all need help.
But with Xbox and PlayStation, it's been going back and forth since the inception of all their consoles. Like PlayStation started pretty strong, and then Xbox came out, and they did online multiplayer, and that kind of like went in their favor. And I think when the 360 came out, it was the Xbox era of things, and then when the PlayStation 4 came out, it was the PlayStation era of things. And it's been the PlayStation era for so long, but it's been like on the downscale. So now we're getting into the Xbox era again, and that's with Game Pass. And I feel like it's going to do that until Xbox fucks up, and then there's going to be the PlayStation era because they're going to learn from their mistakes, and it's going to be back and forth. And ultimately, it's healthy for competition, but like still.
Yeah, man, we gonna have to see, dog. We gonna have to see, man. I just think I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna buy a PS6, man. I think I'm gonna just. I think I'm gonna just.
If the games are coming to PC, you might as well just play it on PC. Use a PlayStation controller. Fuck it.
Yeah, but then I don't know, man.
Fuck it, dude. Discord is literally both platforms. Yeah. There's a lot of cross-play games.
Yeah.
You just don't like dealing with the complicated shit of the PC.
I don't. We established this on stream plenty of times. The one thing I hate about playing games on PC is hold up. Let me go optimize some settings. Let me go do this. Let me run this.
That is the trade-off.
I hate that shit.
That is the trade-off.
Like just pressing X and my game starts.
That
and
is
we just go, man. We just go. You might ask me if I want to play on performance or fidelity, and that's it. Now, that's how most PlayStation games work now. You either want graphics or you want performance.
You want a slideshow, or you want to actually play the game.
And so it's just, pick your poison. But with fucking PC, it's like, but can your PC really run this at high? You know what I mean? Do you want it to run it high? Do you want to hear your fans kick off at maximum speed? Do you want to deal with this? Do you want? It's like I just want to play the fucking game.
Do you want to overclock your settings? Do you want to look at this shit and be like, damn, this is buttery smooth, and then the moment somebody calls you on Discord, it crashes the whole fucking game?
Yeah, man, shit's crazy.
It's crazy, but I love it.
Yeah, man. Last article, just to end on a high note, to poke some more fun. Well, not to poke fun, but fuck that article. We already talked about Skull and Bones.
Assassin's Creed players went back to play Black Flag.
It is doing way better than Skull and Bones.
Which is hilarious. That's fuck Skull and Bones. It's not a pirate game. It's a ship simulator that sucks. And there's other games that do that better. So
we're gonna end this podcast on a very high note. If you never played the original Star Wars Battlefront games, guess what? You're in luck. March 14th, the classic collection. It's a little expensive. Not gonna lie, it's a little expensive. I don't fuck with the price point. I don't like the price point. Okay. I think this could have been $20. I mean, that's just me, but I'm gonna buy it because I love Star Wars and I love Star Wars Battlefront 2 and I love Star Wars Battlefront 1 and I want to play those again online, 64 players. You know what I mean? Cross-play among all the consoles and PCs.
We got staff.
We back, baby. We back. March 14th, the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection is coming out on all systems. Yes, all systems. Switch. Which I was thinking about buying on the Switch. I'm not
buying on the Switch. Side note, just make sure the music's turned off because they will copyright strike you for Star Wars music. Like,
really?
Yeah, if it's original music, yes. And I'm pretty sure the Battlefront Classic Collection has original music in it. So I don't know if they have a streamer mode or shit. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I know that because the Battlefront 2 game, when it was in beta, not the classic one, the new one that EA did and fucked up in the beginning. When I played the beta, my stream of that got copyrighted because it had Star Wars music in it. So you kind of have
hit with a warning.
No, they claimed the VOD on YouTube.
Yeah, ain't worry about that shit.
No, but I'm saying
claim my shit all the time.
That's what I'm saying. You just need to be careful if you're streaming it because it's different on Twitch.
Yeah, they'll just mute the VOD.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they mute my shit all the time. I play one Travis Scott song, that shit's muted.
That's the whole muted. Fucking John muted.
Nah, just that section. Like they have like an AI that runs through your like VOD.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like the minute you end your stream, it'll detect all that shit. So
YouTube will just detect 2 seconds of a song in my video and go, hey, and just like fucking claim the whole video, and people are earning money off of my video for no fucking reasons because there's like a meme song that I used or some shit.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
Please buy this. Yeah, I mean, I will be running this game that Friday, March 15th. I will be running this game probably all night. We're gonna be having some fun. The boys are back. We are back.
The boys are in fact back in town.
Yeah, I mean, we are back. I'm buying it. I will buy that. I'll probably buy it on PC. It's crossplay, so it don't matter where you get it at, boys. You get on Xbox, you get on PlayStation, you playing with me, man.
You probably should buy it on PC because I don't know if they have aim assist.
I was thinking about buying it on fucking Switch just for old time's sake because I could take it over your house.
That's true.
I was like, shit, I can just bring it over, dog.
You still gotta come over and pick up this fucking gift.
I know, man. I'm gonna try to do it this weekend, man, because I gotta go to my mom's too. So that's another point. I mean, but yeah, I want to end the podcast on a good note. We had a good conversation today. We talked about a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot. I said, don't take it like I'm a hater at the end, like, oh man, he hates Helldivers. I love Helldivers. I'm gonna keep playing Helldivers.
No, he's not a hater. He's just a traitor.
Y'all just have crazy bias to things, and I'd be peeping, but that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? Listen, I do it all the time. Starfield is not a 10 out of 10 game, but it is to me. It is to me. So, yeah, I mean, you're allowed to have your bias. I'm just saying. Y'all pick and choose who y'all hate. Y'all pick and choose. Right? So, I mean, this episode is called Suffering from Success because Helldivers 2 is indeed suffering from success. You know what I mean? It's having so much success that it's suffering, and it's doing a good job, man. And I'm proud of them, and I'll be playing more of that game and streaming and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You know what you should do? Instead of like what you normally do and just throw up a static image for the VOD for this and YouTube, you should actually just do Helldivers gameplay the entire time.
All right, I think I got a vibe for that. I do. Yeah, I got a vibe for that.
Yeah, you probably do.
Yeah, I got a vibe for that. I do that. Yeah, so, yeah, man, that's it. That's all we got. My closing statement for this episode for you guys is drink your water. It's starting to get hot outside. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's starting to get hot.
Really? It was fucking cold as shit yesterday.
Yeah, it's getting hot, man. So just drink your water. Make sure you eat some fruit. Make sure you drink a beer every once in a while. It's good for you. You drink
No,
them
it's
every
not.
once in a while.
That's bad health advice. Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while.
No. No, don't do that.
Make sure you follow us on Twitch, both of us, man. He's Eknight117 on Twitch, and I'm BLAZEDxENFERNO on Twitch. I mean, spelled the
Couch
same.
Combat on YouTube too.
Yeah,
and,
man. Make sure you
also
check him
IG.
out. Yeah.
And on Twitter, but I don't use Twitter, so yeah, you're following a dead account.
Make sure you check my guy out, man, and make sure you check out the two people we shouted out to. Shout out to them for redeeming the shout out podcast, man. Y'all got that. But yeah, this has been a good episode. I think the next episode we got for you is going to be a music episode. That's why I wanted to stuff this one with so much shit, because it's going to be a little while till you get another episode. After this episode, we should be back to a regular every other Tuesday schedule at 11 a.m. Hopefully. I mean, it's just this one. I went to bed yesterday, so I couldn't.
And I also went to bed the day prior, so
yeah, so
it was a little hectic.
We couldn't get it ready for this morning. You know what I mean? But hopefully y'all enjoy when it's out. Y'all enjoyed this podcast. If you do, go tell your friends about it. We about to be 80 episodes deep, baby. It's about to be lit. Turn up.
Might even a hit.
Lit. What else you got to say, man?
I gotta take a shit, so let's wrap this up.
All right. It's time to take a shit. I did that before I started this, so
it's crazy.
And it was fun. Just like Helldivers.
Dude.
It was a 10 out of 10 shit.
Helldivers. It's like taking a shit. 10 out of 10.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Later.